Good evening, my dear students and friends. Myself, Dr. Ravikant Pathak, and I am going to start your video lecture class. So I hope so. You everyone are enjoying at your home because this is the Corona times. So everyone should stay at your homes and safe to yourself. Okay. And now in the last video lecture, we have talked about the different types of the digestive glands, and you can say pancreas and liver and intestinal glands, salivary glands, and gastric glands. So in this video lecture, we will talk about the so what we will talk about the digestion of the food. Okay, so what we will talk? We will talk about the digestion of the food. Okay, and you know very well. So digestion have started from the mouth. Digestion where it started? It started from the mouth. Okay, and up to the small intestine, it will take place. Up to the small intestine, it will takes place. No digestion takes place in the large intestine. Okay, so we are going to start. You can see one by one. So here we will check. Okay, so first of all, digestion of the food. So if you see what it have given. So mucus in saliva helps in the lubricating and adhering the masticated food particles into a bolus. So it means you can say when after the mastication, so you know salivary glands secretes the saliva, and these saliva helps in the lubricate as well as adhere. So this saliva helps in the lubricate as well as adhere food particles converted into a special structure which is known as the bolus. So bolus where formed? Bolus formed inside the mouth. Okay, and these bolus transported, convert means transported into the pharynx and then into esophagus. That means food pipe. Okay, and by the swallowing or deglutination. So swallowing, you know, with the help of swallowing these food particle, that means bolus, these bolus through the pharynx as well as esophagus, through the pharynx it will reach into the esophagus by the deglutination phenomenon. Next one, the bolus further passes down, through the esophagus by successive waves of the muscular contraction called peristalsis. You know very well, and we have already explained one time. So our this you can say that means esophagus food pipe. So these food pipe, they have provided with the, if you check the alimentary canal, so they have the four different layers in which smooth muscles, some layers are made up of the smooth muscles, and these smooth muscles show the peristaltic movement. And during the peristaltic movement, so the food pass downwards. Okay, food generally pass from the pharynx into the esophagus with the help of peristalsis movement. And sometimes, you know, peristalsis movement, so it is also in case of our body involuntary, it is considered as a involuntary. Suppose that some students or some people, they went any marriage party or wedding party. So what they will do, they will eat more food. Okay, more food, much quantity of food. So then what will happen, these food will not proper digest. Okay, these food will not proper digest, and sometimes it also cause the vomiting. So vomiting is the reverse peristalsis. It is involuntary function, because you know smooth muscle is the involuntary, so these vomiting function is also considered as an involuntary. And these vomiting sometimes also takes place reverse peristalsis inside our body, and it cause the vomit. Okay, but in case of the ruminants, they have the voluntary function type of the reverse peristalsis. You have already seen. So they generally through the reverse peristalsis phenomenon, their food comes outside the stomach into the mouth, and there is the cud and chew, because we know that animals, means domestic animals like cow and buffalo, these are considered as a ruminants or bovine animals or cud and chew animals. So with the help of this reverse peristalsis, they come back their food into the mouth and digest, and further enters into the different parts of the stomach. So you know they have the four different parts of the stomach chamber. Okay. So next one, the gastroesophageal. So the gastroesophageal sphincter where found. We had already told three different types of the sphincter found. First is the gastroesophageal sphincter, second is the pyloric sphincter, and third one is the hepatopancreas, where that means you can say sphincter of Oddi. So these three different types of the sphincter form. Okay, and sphincter is generally made up of the smooth muscle. They act as a guarded or opening or regulation of the opening. Clear? So now here you can say this gastroesophageal sphincter controls the passage of food into the stomach, because you have, why we are saying gastroesophageal sphincter, because it is generally present at the terminal of esophagus and initiative part of the stomach. It means that it guarded the opening of food, means passage of food into the stomach. Okay. Next, saliva. So about the saliva, in the last video lecture we have discussed about the saliva. So saliva, they secretes into the oral cavity. Oral cavity means mouth. Okay, buccal cavity or oral cavity. Contains electrolytes and enzymes, salivary amylase, as well as lysozyme. So these things we have already discussed in the last video lecture, how act salivary amylase and how lysoenzyme. Little bit here also I have given, if you'll see. So that means salivary amylase, which is also known as the ptyalin, and this converts starch. This generally converts starch into their maltose. Starch is the polysaccharide, maltose is the disaccharides, and you know when maltose will digest, so maltose forms the 2-glucose molecules. Clear? It will forms the 2-glucose molecules. It means it where takes place? It takes place inside the mouth. So due to this, I was saying firstly, so where the digestion have started, so the digestion have started from the mouth, and it will go up to the small intestine. Clear? Only carbohydrate digestion takes place in the mouth. Okay. So here about 30% starch, same thing they have given. 30% starch is the hydrolyzed here by this enzyme, and there is the pH needed. pH needed slightly acidic. Slightly acidic means totally you can say not neutral, but slightly acidic. Okay, because neutral pH is the 7. So here it is showing the pH 6.8, means slightly acidic. And this disaccharide, they forms the disaccharide maltose. Okay. And lysozyme, I had already told in the last video lecture how it act, we have already discussed. Okay, so now you can see that means what they have given. So they have given the equation. With the help of this equation, you can easily understand how the starch converted into the maltose with the help of enzyme salivary amylase or ptyalin. Clear? So that means they have given pH needed 6.8. And when food pass into the food in the bolus form, you know very well. So bolus where form? Bolus forms inside the mouth, and now in the bolus form food generally pass. In the bolus form food generally pass into the stomach. Okay, and now we will see the story of stomach, what is the function of stomach and how stomach act, you can see in the next sentence. Okay. So here the stomach stores the food for 4 to 5 hours. We know stomach stores food for 5 hours. Okay. And in the last video lecture we have discussed stomach have the 3 to 4 different types of the cells, like chief cells or peptic cells, oxyntic cells, parietal cells or delomorphous cells, and third one is the mucus cells or mucus cells or goblet cells, which involves in the secretion of mucus, and oxyntic parietal cells, which involves in the secretion of HCl and intrinsic factor, and chief cells are peptic cells, involves in the release of enzyme pepsin. Okay, so you know just inverse of the oxyntic cells or parietal cells, one cells also found which is known as the D cells. D cells, it is also found. Okay, and these cells just act inverse of the oxyntic or parietal cells. You know very well oxyntic parietal cell function to enhance the secretion of HCl, but in case of the D cells, just generally act as the inverse of the this oxyntic cells or parietal cells. Clear? And these D cells, they secretes the paracrine. You know very well. So there is the types of signaling. So signaling is the 4 different types, like juxtacrine, endocrine, paracrine, and autocrine. Autocrine means when the signal molecule generate from the self, okay, and act as the self. Clear? generate from the same cell and act also same cell. That is called autocrine signaling. Okay, sometimes some neurons, some cells they give the same type of the signaling autocrine. And another is the endocrine. You know very well, in the endocrinology you already studied. They release their signal molecules, and these signal molecules transport through the blood and act their target organ. Okay, this act their target organ. So because target organ they have the receptor, this receptor bind with the signal molecules and act, means they perform their function. This is the endocrine. Next one is the paracrine. Paracrine means sidewise. If you'll check, so some cells they have secretion, some signal molecules to nearer than neighboring cells. That is called paracrine signal. So here D cells they generally act as a paracrine signal molecule, and juxtacrine generally found in the neurons. Okay, neuron cells they show the juxtacrine signaling. Clear? So if you'll see, so here that means you can say stomach. So stomach they have the 4 different types of the cells I had already told. So we are going to discuss next. The food mixes through thoroughly. The food mixes thoroughly with the acidic gastric juice of the stomach by the churning movements of its muscular wall. Okay, and it is called the chyme. So here it is saying the chyme. Chyme is a special type of structure, because you know when food form in the bolus inside the mouth, it is formed in the form of bolus. Okay, but when it reaches into the stomach, so there is the condition change, pH condition change. In case of the mouth they have the slightly acidic, but in case of the stomach, so there is the highly acidic pH, because pH is the HCl secreted, so pH will be very low. Okay, it will go up to the 1.5 to 3.5. This is the range. So what will happen? So in case of the, you know very well, so food how many hours present in the stomach? It will present in the 4 to 5 hours. And here food mixed with the thoroughly with the acidic gastric juice, that means HCl. Okay, HCl. And when they mix with the HCl by the churning movements, it takes place in the muscular wall. Okay, muscular wall. And I had already told, so this muscular wall have the one special type of muscle which is known as the oblique muscle. In the second last video lecture we have told, I had already told about this. Okay, so churning movement of the muscular walls, and they form a special type of structure. This food is known as the chyme. Okay, so chyme where form? Chyme form in the stomach. When food means bolus form of food. Now here food mixed with the acidic gastric juice, and how this gastric juice secreted is the churning movements of the muscular wall, and now form a special structure which is known as the chyme. Okay, next one, the proenzyme. They have given the proenzyme pepsinogen. What means of the pepsinogen? Anywhere ogen will come, so that means you can say inactive form of enzyme, that is called ogen. So maybe pepsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, okay, and trypsinogen. So this is the inactive form of enzyme. So due to this, they have given the proenzyme. So they have not given the enzyme. Proenzyme means that is the initiative form of enzyme. Now it will pepsinogen converted into the pepsin. How it will convert? Okay, this pepsinogen is inactive form of enzyme. Now here on exposure of the hydrochloric acid, means this HCl act as a factor by which this pepsinogen converted into the enzyme pepsin. When this pepsinogen enzyme get the pH less, means in the presence of HCl, so now this pepsinogen converted into the active form which is known as the pepsin, and this pepsin involves in the digestion of proteolytic, because they have given that this pepsin is the proteolytic enzyme, so it involves in the digestion of protein into the stomach. And you should to know, I had already told 2 to 3 times, only stomach protein digestion takes place, little bit lipase, because you know very well, so lipase also secreted into the stomach. Okay, so but we can't say major lipid digestion takes place in the stomach, so it is not fact. So little bit digestion of the lipid molecules takes place, because they generally secretes also lipase, but basically in the stomach only protein digestion takes place. Okay, next one you can see, so pepsin. This pepsin converts the proteins. I had already told this pepsin is the proteolytic enzyme. So converts the protein into proteases and peptone. So peptone is the peptide. You know very well. So protein is generally made up of the amino acid, and the amino acid will combine. They form the peptides, and polypeptide is considered as a protein. Okay. So here that means you can say proteins into the proteases and peptones, means these pepsins have ability to break the polypeptide into the small peptide as well as proteases. Next one, they have given the enzyme, that means you can see what it have given. So if you see, so they have given the renin enzyme, and renin enzyme we have already little bit discussed in the last video lecture about the renin, but not clarify. We have just only talked, but they have not given like this sentence. But here it have given the sentence, so we will discuss one by one. So the renin, if you see, so renin is a proteolytic enzyme. Where it formed? It is found in the infants. Proteolytic enzyme found in the gastric juice of infants. You already seen, so when the baby born, so that time after first 6 months it will drink the mother milk, because this is the necessary. They have the some antibody, and some antibody means IgA. So they have the IgA antibody which is found in the milk of mother. So and colostrum also. So this is the necessary component. After that you have seen the child, so they have the you can say what you will say, that means bottle of the milk they have every time inside the mouth, you will see. So why? Because they have ability, they can digest 2 to 3 liter milk in one day. And if we are adult, we are generally more than 20 to 25 years old. So if we will try to drink this 2 to 3 liter this milk, so then what will happen? We can't digest. Okay, we are unable to digest. Clear? So that means, because why we are unable to digest? This is not secreted in our body. Renin not secreted in our body. Our milk is digested with the help of food. Okay, means food and milk both mixed and ultimate digest. Okay, but in case of the child, so there is the secretion of this renin proteolytic enzyme in the gastric juice of infants, and these help in the digestion of milk protein. And what is the milk protein? So they have the one milk protein which is known as the casein. Okay, they have the milk protein which is known as the casein. And you have already known one story about the milk, how they have classified on the basis of fat milk classified. Okay, like tone milk, double tone milk, and full cream. Okay, so full cream means 6%. Then normal, that means you can say yes. So first tone means toned milk. So toned milk have the 3%. Toned milk fat is the 3%. After double toned milk have the 1.5%. And one type also milk which is considered as a skimmed milk. Skimmed milk used for the preparation of the tea, and they have the less than 1.5%, means they have, you can say, no, there is no fat found. Okay, so this is the category of the milk. So I have told how many types of the category milk. First is the full cream, second is the toned, and another is the double toned, and one more, that means you can say skimmed milk. Full milk, full cream, they have the 6% fat, and a single tone means toned milk, they have the 3% fat. Double toned have the 1.5%, and skimmed milk they have no fat, you can say 0.5 maybe percent, but you can say no fat found. And this type of the milk is used for the preparation of the tea. Okay, so here casein, that is the milk protein. And when this casein in the presence of renin enzyme, this casein, that is the milk protein, it will convert it into the calcium paracaseinate. This is known as the milk curd. And this is the digested form of the protein. Okay, digested form of the milk protein. So in this way renin generally act. Clear? So it means you can see, so renin generally secretes only the in fats, it is not secretes in the adult. If secretes in adults, so we can also digest much quantity of the milk, but it is not secreted in our body, so we are unable to digest much quantity of the milk. Okay, next you can see what it have given, small amounts. We'll see what it have given. So small amounts of lipase, I had already discussed. Small amounts of lipase also secreted by the gastric glands. It is also secreted by the gastric glands. Clear? But I had clearly explained. Okay, so only the protein digestion takes place in the stomach. Little bit lipase secreted, but not much digestion of the lipids molecules takes place. Clear? Next, the bile pancreatic juice. You know, bile, that means from the liver, pancreatic juice from the pancreas, and the intestinal juice, that is the succus entericus. secretion released into the small intestine. Okay, and I had one thing also, where is the complete digestion takes place. So complete digestion takes place in the duodenum, because duodenum everything means protein, carbohydrate, fat, nucleic acid, everything digested into the duodenum, because they have the powerful enzymes, some secreted from the pancreatic juice, some biles also secreted from the. And one should to know, bile have no enzyme, bile have no enzyme. In the next video lecture we will discuss about the bile. Okay, so here we will discuss next. Okay, so pancreatic juice, what have the pancreatic juice and bile are released through the hepatopancreatic duct. Why we are saying hepatopancreatic duct? Because duct you have already studied endocrine glands and exocrine glands. So it, pancreas is the mesocrine glands, but you can say liver is the exocrine gland. So you know the difference between exocrine and endocrine. So endocrine have ductless, endocrine have no duct, but exocrine glands have the duct. Okay, so it means hepato, that is the liver, and pancreatic means pancreas. So they both form the duct. Duct means tube like structure, and these tubes, it contains the inactive enzyme. What is the inactive enzyme? That is the trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, and procarboxypeptidase, amylases, lipases, and nucleases. I had already told. So where ozone will come, it means you can say that is the inactive form of enzyme. So you can see here trypsinogen. This trypsinogen is secreted from the pancreas. Okay, and it is activated by enterokinase. Enterokinase is the factor secreted from the intestine. You will read. So it is the enterokinase, that means secreted by the intestinal mucosa and into active trypsin. Means when this enterokinase act here with the help of figure, you can easily see. Okay, so one figure they have given. With the help of figure you can easily understand about the how enterokinase act. Okay, here they have given, this is the enterokinase and this is the trypsinogen molecule. So now enterokinase, in the presence of enterokinase, trypsinogen converted into the trypsin, and now this trypsin they can convert the chymotrypsinogen into chymotrypsin and another substance. Means they forms a chain means cascade of reaction, cascade of digestion. Clear? So it means here you can say trypsinogen is activated by the enzyme enterokinase. Clear? So you already seen. It means in the previously you have seen the pepsinogen. So pepsinogen is activated by the HCl, but here trypsinogen is activated by the enterokinase, and this enterokinase secreted by the intestinal mucosa. Okay, into active trypsin. Now this converted into the trypsin molecules, and these trypsin which turns activate to the other enzymes in the pancreatic juice. Okay, means they forms the cascade of reaction. They also activates to the another form of enzyme like chymotrypsinogen and other things. Okay, so one that means this is have given the story. Here they have given the figure. With the help of figure you can easily understand about the detailed digestion. Okay, so with the help of figure you can easily understand. So here first of all you can say buccal cavity, no protein digestion. I had already told. Okay, so in this figure you can easily understand. It is explaining very simple way. Okay, buccal cavity, no protein digestion. What digestion takes place in the buccal cavity? Only the carbohydrate molecules. And how many? That means you have seen. So which carbohydrate molecules? That means polysaccharide starch converted into the disaccharide maltose. Clear? So it means mouth, only the carbohydrate digestion takes place. After the mouth, food reach into the stomach. So that means pepsinogen. This pepsinogen in active form of enzyme. HCl act as a act as a factor. That means activate to the pepsin, and now pepsinogen converted into the pepsin, and this pepsin considered as a proteolytic enzyme. It breaks into the protein molecules into peptones and proteases. Clear? Peptones is the peptides. And now food from the stomach means you can say here esophagus, through the esophagus, stomach, and after then it will reach into the small intestine. Small intestine you already seen enterokinase secreted from the mucosa cell, mucus of the intestine. Okay, and these enterokinase activate the trypsinogen molecules. Here you can say this trypsinogen molecules converted into the trypsin, and now these trypsin converted into the chymotrypsinogen, and here procarboxypeptidase means converted into the carboxypeptidase, means they forms the cascade of reaction. Here trypsin molecules also act on the chymotrypsinogen converted into the chymotrypsin, procarboxypeptidase converted into the carboxypeptidase. Okay, it means these act as a you can say it is the act as a factor. Okay, it is act as a factor which activates to the another. Okay, clear. So that means they have given with the help of this figure you can easily understand so where digestion takes place. And in the large intestine no digestion takes place, we know. And here they have given the when chymotrypsin, and these chymotrypsin involves in the digestion of protein, if you see. So that means when chymotrypsin forms, so this chymotrypsin, when it will act and conversion of the protein peptones proteases into their dipeptides, and ultimately dipeptide is converted into the amino acid. And amino acid the simple soluble absorbable form, because this is the monosaccharide, that means unit of the protein. Clear? Okay, and here that means peptide larger and proteases is the smaller. Clear? With the help of this figure we can easily understand where the digestion takes place, which substance digested in the our body. Clear? So now we have seen the digestion of food, and the next video lecture we will talk about the bile. Okay, so thank you for your patience and cooperation. So I'm expecting with you everyone should subscribe and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates. Okay, so thank you again.